What's going on, everybody? And welcome to episode 2 of the Boot Breakdown. I am JB, the sports guy. I'm here with Jordan Taylor and Nick Campbell. Jordan, you can't hear me? Nick, can you hear me?
I can hear you 100%.
All right, I don't think Jordan can hear me. Jordan's saying he can't hear me. But you can hear me, Nick. Jordan can't hear me. All right. So hold on. Nobody's on mute. Nick hear me. I can hear Nick. I can't hear Jordan. Let's see what Jordan's doing. I'm gonna send Jordan a text. Everybody sit tight, sit tight, sit tight. Because I don't know what the issue is, but let me hit up Jordan right quick. Might need Jordan to log out and log back in, Nick Campbell.
I think that's his mic portion,
Yeah, yeah. Let me see. I'm texting him right now. Everybody be patient with us.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna get this right. We're gonna get this right. So check your phone. Check your phone. Check your phone. Check your phone. All right, here we go. Let's see if that works. But Nick Campbell, while Jordan working on the technical difficulties, we're gonna get him back in a second. And he might be back now. Hold on one second. Let's see if this works. Can you hear me now? Wait, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Captain Kirk.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
How about now?
He still can't. We can hear you. Can you hear us? He can't hear us, but we can hear him. We can hear him. Oh man, Jordan Taylor, what's going on, man? We gotta get this right.
On you. I guess y'all have to take it from here.
Oh man. He can't hear. All right. So we'll take it from here. Hopefully JT can
Let's see.
Go to his settings and see if he can get it right. So
I'm so glad it's not me.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
KB, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes. Now I can hear you. Can you hear us? He still can't hear us. We can hear him. Yes, he can't hear us. I don't know.
Oh man,
we can hear him fine. I'm telling him go to his settings and then go to audio and try everything.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get this right. Check your phone. Unless he's using his phone. I don't know using the phone. I can still hear you.
We can hear you pretty good. We can hear you pretty good.
You. Yes. We can hear you. So hopefully he's going to his settings and try each audio. But let's get going while we try and get him back. All right. He threw them headphones. Man. No, the thing is though, we've got to know Jordan. When things like go wrong, it messes with Jordan big time. So
now.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us? He can't hear us. Can you hear us?
I sure can.
You can?
Look, when you press enough buttons, something's gonna work, right?
Yes, right. Yes.
I think when you drew it down, that made it work.
All right, I'll put the headsets back on.
Yes.
Did they work? Okay,
right.
We're good to go. And Mr. Ray said the link that you sent ain't working.
God, it's the same link I sent y'all. The exact same one.
Oh, I was gonna try to use my pad, but I said
send me another.
Let me stop being so smart, and I don't want to be the one that look like I don't know. So what's going on, fellas? Y'all had a good first week.
We had a fabulous first week. First week, man. Can't complain. You know, Jordan Taylor had the under the lights games of the week on Thursday and Friday.
I caught a little bit of that.
Yeah. He had some good games, man. Good games, and I had the Hash It Out Show games of the week, Thursday and Saturday. So, and then I was able to go to Edna Carr and Shaw Friday night. So it was a good weekend
JB, you got
of some
any?
football.
JB, you got any way you could try to figure out how to get him in?
I can send him the link again. I don't have his number or anything, but I can send him the link.
You send it to his Facebook. Send it to his Facebook Messenger.
All right, what's his name again?
It's right there in the chat.
Oh, perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Ray Creasy. All right, I'm gonna send it to him. I got it.
All right, guys, while y'all do that, I'm glad that we got the technical difficulties out of the way. Welcome
Yep.
aboard, ladies and gentlemen. This is week number 2 of the Boot Breakdown Sunday edition, 6:15 to 7:15. Every week you can catch us live here on multiple platforms. JB's live right now, probably on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm live on Facebook and YouTube myself, and then Mr. Nick Campbell live on Facebook. So hello to everyone watching right now. My name is Jordan Taylor. This is Nick Campbell, and this is JB, the Sports Guy. This is week 1 edition of what we're going to talk about tonight, but this is episode 2 of the Boot Breakdown. First off, guys, great to see you again for another week, and a great week of high school football games that we just witnessed. And the buzz right now around the state of Louisiana is jumping, and is jumping out the gates.
Oh, is it jumping,
Without a
man?
doubt.
It's jumping.
Without a
Everybody talking. Yes. Talking about
And we
a lot of
saved you a
teams.
week. We saved you a week that VK did not win week 1. So we saved you there, JB.
Hey. Appreciate y'all saving me, man. I mean, he was so determined he's gonna win week 1, and he was acting like that was his Super Bowl when he was gonna win it. Yeah, he didn't win it at all. Like I told y'all, he wouldn't win it. And the guy that won it, you're looking at him. The Hash It Out Show picks, everybody that
That's
don't
it.
understand. Yeah.
Nick Campbell, you're looking at 2 winners right now in your picture. I tied for first in my picks also.
There you go.
You know, we stopped picking them like that because we had some sensitive people with our picks, so we did more or less, and we try to get everybody else involved with the more or less. Coach Fronta, he abstains sometimes to try not to pull against his team, but I get it. I really get it, you know. So we did the more or less thing, and we was pretty much dead on with a lot of them, like the West St. John and Young Audience game. We said by 2 or more, and it wound up being by how much? 2 points. So yeah, we just try to keep it in perspective for what it is, and try, you know, well, our poll gonna come out tomorrow. So, you know, it's gonna be a lot of innuendos tomorrow.
I got a good feeling who's gonna sit on top of your poll tomorrow, but I won't break it here. It goes with it starts with a big S.
I tell you, my name Paul, and that's between y'all. Yeah.
Any thing from Mr. Ray?
So I sent him the link, and then he's saying it's not giving him the option to come in. And then when I looked at it, it's not giving him the option. And it's the same link I've given both of you guys. So I'm trying to see what else I can do. So I'm not stopping.
Okay. So we will move forward with the show. If we don't get Mr. Ray this week, we'll definitely get him next week.
Yes, definitely.
All right, guys, let's start week 1. And the way we are talking about going into week 2 is you didn't know whether or not we was going to go down the route is it upset week? Is it statement week? Is it new contenders have emerged? Or is it just the same old? We're talking about the same teams. Well, I got a feeling that we're going in different directions this week. When you walk away from week 1, what are you talking about?
Go ahead, Nick. You go first.
I'll be honest with you. It's even just thinking about the Gina Giants, and I remember, and I was telling y'all, this could be the Giants' year, and they made a statement this weekend. So I'm in the flux of saying I'm shocked.
I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that, Nick.
You know, so that was one of the games. It didn't surprise me. They just said that's what his name is, and I'm sticking to it.
Well,
JB,
on my end,
what do you walk away from week 1 talking about?
Well, great football, number one, but I'm walking away seeing a few teams who struggled offensively, but they've played great competition, and that's gonna only make them better. And it's a bunch of teams, that went through that challenge this past weekend. So I'm walking away wanting to see how better will these teams get offensively moving forward due to playing a tough non-district schedule. That's what I'm looking forward to. And like I said, it was a few teams that went through that grind of not being able to do anything offensively and knowing that they are a good team. So I want to see how they be able to bounce back from that moving forward.
Okay. Yep. You can go any direction you want with this week, because if you go North Louisiana, you go Lake Charles, you go South Louisiana, you go towards y'all area, storylines have created themselves, and we got a lot to talk about on our upcoming shows. My show is Wednesday from 8:30 to 11 p.m. JB has a Tuesday show from 7 to 8:30 and a Wednesday show from 7 to 8:30. And Mr. Nick, you go on 11 a.m. on Thursdays till what time, Mr. Nick?
From 11 to 12, lunchtime special. Can't get no better.
There you go. You got 3 great shows that's going to talk high school football, and we will see you for week 2 for sure. All right, let's go to your areas at this time. What's the best thing or storyline you saw from your area in week 1? And we will start in the New Orleans area. JB, you got the floor. Then we're going to the River Parish. Then we're going to the Acadiana area. And then since Mr. Ray isn't here, we'll all give our thoughts on North Louisiana.
Okay. The best storyline that I saw in this area, man. There's so many. But I'm going to go with Brother Martin defeating East Ascension after being down, I believe, by more than 2 scores. For Brother Martin to find a way to overcome all of the penalties that they committed in that game and to still come back and win that game says a lot about their team. They never gave up. They kept fighting and just found a way to defeat East Ascension 29-22. Eastern Royal, the big time receiver, he scored 3 touchdowns and accounted for 130 yards rushing. That is crazy right there. That's coming from a wide receiver. But I got that's the storyline of me, because I was on the sideline of Shaw in the car, and they were down double digits to East Ascension, and for them to tie the game up at 22 and then to win it 29-22, that's the storyline I have that surprised me the most.
Same question. We go to the River Parish area. Had some good ones out there. Talk to me, Nick. What's the best storyline that came out of week 1 in your opinion?
Well, the best storyline was West St. John and Young Audience. West St. John controlled the game most of the game against Young Audience, which is a well-seasoned team. Is this week 1 game is starting to become a rivalry of sort with speed and talent. West St. John had the game in the bag, and just in the last closing minutes, just dropped the game. So in the beginning, we thought that West St. John should have controlled West Young Audience like they did, but at the end of the game, man, it just fell apart for them. And when you go both ways, you playing kids going both ways, you're gonna have that type of collapse if you don't blow them out the water. So kudos to Coach Thomas and those guys. They played a tough game, and I just hated to see that's the tightest game in this area just slip away like that.
Okay. Looks like Mr. Ray has given his storyline from North Louisiana.
Yep.
He says favorite storyline was all of 2-5-1. All 4 of the brand new coaches won their debut. Several of the teams were 0-10 a year ago or 1-10 last season, and all 4 of the new coaches won their debut. So there's your outlook from North Louisiana, his storyline. Let's go to the Acadiana area. My storyline I'm walking away from in this one is Karen Crow goes to Cougar Stadium and knocks off St. Thomas More. I don't think anyone except the town of Karen Crow was giving them a shot in the entire state of Louisiana. We knew LCA had a shot to knock off Rummel, but I don't think anyone was giving Karen Crow a shot over there at Cougar Stadium. That's my biggest storyline is no one talked about Karen Crow all off season. Well, they just slapped us all in the face.
Sure did.
They coming. They are coming.
They made a statement. That was a big time statement win that they made.
Okay. Let's move along. Who won game of the night in week 1 in the state of Louisiana? In your opinion, the entire state of Louisiana, you had some great matchups. Who won game of the night in week 1?
Can I say the Neville Tigers?
That's my pick.
You can say whoever you want, my friend.
The
You're
Neville
going with
Tigers.
Neville and Evangel on a Thursday night. What a banger.
Yeah, what a banger is right, man. And Evangel was up and Neville came back and won by 1 point. Oh, man. Yeah, I got to go Neville Tigers, man. Definitely Neville.
Nick,
Yeah,
what you
and I
thinking,
tell
my
you-
friend? Game of the night.
32-33. Come on, man. Look. I wish I could have watched that game for some form of fashion, man. And you can tell that it has moments, but it had to be climactic at the end to be 33-32. That was one of mine, and I definitely circled.
Yeah, I thought that could be game of the year nominee if you're looking at an early outlook as game of the week for sure in week 1. Neville and Evangel, you want to see that game played at least a few more times in the regular season because of how good matchup number 1 was. That's like a best of 3 series. I need 2 more of them.
But that game, even though Evangel lost, that it says a lot about their team. We've talked and we said that Evangel can make a deep run this year in Division 1 select. So to compete with Neville the way that they did says a lot. And I just want to know if that Evangel football team has added more depth to it. Because I always say I think that's the only thing that's hurting them is the depth of their team. And if they have added more depth, they're going to be very, very dangerous moving forward.
I could believe that.
That'd be a great question for Mr. Ray if he can answer it in the comments for us.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, my shocker was East Feliciana and Kentwood. I know that's sort of like a little in your backyard
Go ahead,
rival.
Nick, what you got?
But 30, that game being that close, I was pretty shocked at that. I thought Kentwood was going to handle them pretty good. We good? Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us, Jordan?
Yeah, I think Jordan might have
Okay.
lost us, but yeah.
Let's see. Mr. Ray says they haven't added more depth, but Pop Houston and the receivers are really dangerous.
Okay. Yeah, they've always had that passing game at Evangel. So yeah, without a doubt.
You guys got me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. Peyton Houston for sure.
Oh, yeah,
man.
we good. You heard what Mr.
So I think we got a little delay with Jordan. With audio and hearing. But yes, Ray Creasy says that they haven't added, and Jordan just froze, so hopefully we get him back. But they haven't added more depth. But Pop Houston receivers are dangerous. And in my opinion, Peyton Houston is one of the best quarterbacks in the state. We all know about him, Nick.
Yeah.
And he's just Evangel with Coach Dennis Dunn. You know about the passing game, has always been there. And if they're this dangerous right now and competing with powerhouse teams, it says a lot about them, Nick Campbell.
Oh yeah, man. Look, I look, without a doubt, we witnessed this firsthand, Coach Dunn coming down when he had the Booty Boys, and there was something to watch. It was special. They made down south play football a little bit differently after Evangel was introduced with that run and shoot type of offense in high school.
Yeah, without a doubt. Let's move forward. until we get Jordan back right quick.
Mhm.
You, oh, there he is. So let's get him back. All right, my brother, you back?
All right, I got another question for y'all if y'all finished up.
We finished up.
Oh yeah.
All right. Which head football coach in the state of Louisiana had the best debut in week 1?
I would have to say Bonneville coach.
Okay. Nick's
would
going
have to say-
Bonneville.
He's going Bonneville. I'm gonna go Coach Valdez with St. Augustine. I'm gonna go Coach
Well,
Valdez
it's
with
year
St.
2, isn't it?
Year 2 for him, yes.
Yeah, but debut.
Oh, a debut.
First game
Oh.
of their new program. Yep.
First game at their new program. Okay, gotcha. I got one. Coach Ben Powell at Country Day. His
Yeah.
first, Ben Powell at Country Day, and he played against his old team, Haynes Academy, and he defeated his old team 28-21. And man, Country Day has 3 of the best basketball players in the state, and he got them to come out and play football. And they all made tremendous impacts in that game. If it's Kellen Brewer, he made an impact. Herm Dyson, and even Curtis McAllister, the son of Deuce McAllister. So Coach Powell, to me, changing the offense at Country Day, going to a spread offense and using his weapons, that to me is the answer to your question about the coach that made a debut at either being a first time being a head coach or at a new school.
Shout out, first win there. Real quick before you go, Nick, Mr. Ray says Coach Angevin at Cedar Creek beat Delhi Charter in his head coaching debut. Delhi Charter won that game a year ago, 40-0. So shout out, Coach North Louisiana, Cedar Creek. Mr. Ray does radio for Cedar Creek. So shout out, debut, gets the win.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. That's impressive. That's a 40-point swing.
Mr. Nick, who really stood out for you for debuts in the state of Louisiana?
When you look at it, when you look at it, it's pretty much the same. When you're looking at what we had already versus, I mean, I couldn't really tell you statewide, but just like I said, the Bonneville coach, he was he came up big again. Well, his Sophie be right, but it was a W. Impressive. He had Coach Scott watching the game. I was listening to JB.
Is it year 1 or year 2 for Coach?
That should be year 1.
It's year 1.
Yeah, this is year 1
for Coach Anthony.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's he was quite impressive. They started off slow, then they picked up, and before I know it, I was on my lunch break. It was 40, 30, 34, nothing or something like that. And I said, I see why Coach Scott is coming.
The man's eating lunch at 7 o'clock at night.
At 7 o'clock at night. So that's why I'm coming. That's why Coach Scott come and see his formidable opponent this week.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. Coach Scott, Marcus Scott for Destrehan, he was at the game scouting. Yes, he was. He was sitting a few rows from us from where we were. So, yeah, but Coach Anthony, former LSU player, won a national championship with them in 2019. Edna Card play also state championship with them. So he knows a lot about winning, and he's trying to bring that to that Bonneville program.
All right, you ready for mine?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go to Baton Rouge, Louisiana with mine. I'm going the era of Jimmy Zachary has begun at Liberty Magnet with the win over Southern Lab. Give me Coach Jimmy Zachary and Liberty Magnet debut. Congratulations, Coach. Getting another program turned around like you did at Opelousas.
That's right. Definitely.
Perfect marriage for him.
Oh, without a doubt.
Perfect marriage for him.
And you know, Coach Zachary loves to run the ball, man, and that's what they're going to be doing. And I saw pictures of his O-line. They got some good size.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so you all were at games this week. You covered a game, you streamed the game, or even if Mr. Ray's listening, even did the radio. Give us the details of how those games played out, how the teams will be looking moving forward. We start with Mr. Nick. Which games were you at? And give us the outlooks of what happened and what to expect moving forward from those teams.
Yeah, Riverside and Terrebonne, man. I had to see firsthand. That was a really good game last year. Turnaround. It started off pretty good, but Riverside had some penalties. They got a lot of cleaning up to do. There's nothing negative about it. They played a 5A team. You can tell that they are undermanned against a formidable opponent. Terrebonne is going to be a formidable opponent in 5A, and even in that district, man, they are very big. They are fast. They are really fast, and they got all the players coming back in all the right places. So it was no knock on Riverside. They got a lot of cleaning up some small things to do, but just like I said, in 1A, Riverside can play with anybody. Anybody. Clean up
That's the
these
only game you
penalties.
got to see. That's the only game you got to see this week, Mr. Nick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I had
Okay.
some correspondence places, and kudos to Coach Lee. Coach Lee offensive line is really big, and he's gonna run up against some good players, good teams, and 1A, and I'll put my money on Coach Lee.
Coach Lee Roussel.
JB, Hash It Out Show got to stream Thursday night, Saturday night football. Give us your outlook on Thursday night and your outlook on Saturday, and what to expect moving forward from them teams.
All right. Do you want my outlook for Friday night too? The Card Shaw game. I was there. I'm just there. I'm just asking. That's all.
Yeah,
Tell the truth.
It goes under the question of cover the game.
Okay, so
So
covered.
we covered stream or radio, so it goes under it. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Give us real
All
quick
right.
what you got.
All right, I'll be quick with it. Thursday, Bonneville versus Sophie B. Wright. Bonneville won 36-0. A lot of mistakes made from Sophie B. Wright on offense. Those are things that they have to clean up. But Bonneville took advantage of those opportunities that were given to them by running the ball and being able to pass the ball. So they was able to connect from the second quarter moving forward, and it was just all Bonneville from there. Bonneville getting a lot of stops on defense. Sophie B. Wright really couldn't do anything. So those are things that they got to go fix, being able to move the ball on offense and making stops on defense. We go to Friday night, Archbishop Shaw versus Edna Carr, and people are saying, "Oh man, Shaw got destroyed. They lost 35-0." Well, let's pump the brakes. I was there, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened.
I just want to know how many first downs you had, because what I was told.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Shaw had 4 first downs.
That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
so it
Yeah,
was in the same
but
ballpark as what I was
listen.
told.
It's not that they gained a first down. It was due to I think 3 penalties and 1 on a fake punt. That's it.
Okay.
Offensively, they couldn't move the ball at all. They couldn't. They couldn't block that D line. They couldn't do anything offensively. Let's keep it real. Now, hold on, CCC. That's cheese. Shaw got white. The score makes it look like that. Okay. Second quarter started with 0-0, and I have to give a lot of credit to Shaw's defense because they played phenomenally well. It's just the fact that when you're on the field the entire time, because your offense cannot get first downs, your defense will start to get tired, and then the defense started getting cramps left and right. And that's not me taking anything from Edna Carr, because Edna Carr's running game with Trey Garrison was phenomenal. They were able to run the ball. John Johnson, one of the best quarterbacks in the state, really didn't have the game he wanted. 1 touchdown pass, was a great catch and great coverage, but other than that, he was really neutralized. So I got to give credit to the Shaw defense, and then 1 was a block punt for a touchdown for Edna Carr. So credit to Shaw's defense, and Edna Carr is going to be Edna Carr still. The Friday night game, McDonald 35 and St. Augustine was very similar to Edna Carr and Shaw. McDonald 35
Have and have not.
But 35 couldn't move the ball offensively, and St. Aug did whatever they wanted to do, throwing the ball, passing the ball. Raekwon Williams, the big time wide receiver recruit, he had 3 touchdowns. Rashawn Coulon threw for 2 and ran for 1. Miguel Willie, the other big time receiver, he ran for 1. And defensively, Darren Coates, Ty Dominique, and Chad Jones had a big game, just stopping them all on defense. That's the outlooks I have.
Okay. Going to under the lights games, we start with Thursday. It was Iota and Opelousas Catholic. Good to see these two teams play on a dry field this year compared to the Mud Bowl a year ago. And when I talked to coach in post-game press conference, he said, you wouldn't think we would have scored less points this year than we did in the Mud a year ago. So final score, Opelousas Catholic beats Iota 14-7, a defensive war for 4 quarters. It came down to 4 for 9 at the end, and our eventual player of the game had 2 interceptions and the pass breakup on 4th down that ended the game. A sophomore played his tail off, but his defense also played their tail off. And Iota hurting from a big senior class that exited a year ago, and it showed on the offensive side of the ball. They got some things to figure out, but they got a good coaching staff that can figure it out. Sophomore quarterback, so we will see what happens with them moving forward. Opelousas Catholic, senior quarterback, and got a really good receiver committed to USC. He had a big-time touchdown catch in the first half, but was limited in the second half because, they was triple coverage in him. So I thought some other guys could have had some big nights, but could not give the ball to him, and walked away there with a 14-7 victory. So congratulations to the Vikings. We're looking forward to how they do moving forward, especially in that Division 4 bracket. And we shift gears to Friday. It was state champion versus state champion. All the hype was around this game. We were fired up for it. Catholic of New Iberia at Vermilion Catholic. We get to pregame and we realize, well, Kyron Eugene is not even dressed out. He's in street clothes. So that was the big one that really stood out to us. Catholic New Iberia, we know how talented the secondary is, but they're without their leading, I think it's 4-star recruit in the back end. How would they fare? And, well, they did a tremendous job in not having him on the field. Defense played their tails off, only gave up no points. It was 20-0 final score. Vermilion Catholic did get inside the 10-yard line twice, Nick. They got to the 6-yard line, they got to the 5-yard line, and could not score. So a defense that really stood up when it mattered the most. So the score doesn't dictate what type of ball game we had, but Catholic New Iberia and that defense is still going to be something to mess around with. Both offenses got some work to do moving forward. Big tight end for Catholic New Iberia, 6'8". He had the touchdown with like less than 2 minutes to go before halftime. They really took the momentum. And then Catholic New Iberia really wore down Vermilion Catholic in the second half. Offensive line, 4 returning starters on the offensive line. And they took over the second half, dominating the line of scrimmage. Vermilion Catholic, not many bodies, not much depth. A lot of those guys are, you see 11 on offense, that's your same 11 on defense. So that's some Ironman football being played there. And hats off to both coaching staffs. Those two teams are going to be just fine moving forward, and can't wait to see what's in store. We'll see if they get back to the big dance, but some work to do.
Definitely.
I was shocked by the outcome of it, but at the same time, I thought it probably would have been a little bit closer than what it was. So, I mean,
you left 21 points off the board because they did dropped a wide open touchdown pass also.
Yeah.
Missed opportunities.
Got to capitalize. Got to.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be coming to play Riverside this year also. So
Riverside will travel to Abbeville.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one.
So some good ones there, guys, and looking forward to seeing what all of those teams that we just named do moving forward. I'm sure we'll be talking about them again next week. Next question for you. 3 state champions fall in week 1. 2 of those games were in routes. 4 of those games were great games. And then we had 4 of those teams even playing each other. Your thoughts? 3 of them fall in week 1. 2 of them were routes, and 4 great games that we got out of the gate. You had South Plaquemines' great game. You had Central Baton Rouge in a great game. You had Catholic New Iberia in a great one. And one more, who am I missing? It's Cecilia was in a great one. So talk to me about your thoughts of the state champions and how they fared in week 1.
Well, I'll start with South Plaquemines because I actually talked to Coach Lyle Feet, and he gives a lot of credit to Higgins, but he felt as if his team should have won by more and they should have played better. He said they had many opportunities to have to score more points. He said he felt like they should have won by 20 points or more, and it just didn't happen. So that's me talking to him about it. But Coach Emmanuel Powell at Higgins, he has a state championship also when he was at Landry Walker. So his job is to, rebuild this Higgins program from the bottom up, man, and that's a tough task. So credit Higgins for the game that they played against South Plaquemine, only losing 29-20. So I give LW Higgins a lot of credit. Now, Cecilia, who did they play again?
Upset by their rival, St. Martinville.
St. Martinville.
One score game.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at that one. I didn't see that one actually happening. I thought Cecilia would get that win. And when I saw the score, I was like, wow. But I've heard talk about St. Martinville actually being a real good team this year, Jordan, from what people have told me. Even Mike Coppage told me the same thing. But I didn't see them beating Cecilia. And that one shocked me. Central and De La Salle in the battle that they were in, that shocked me because I didn't see that game being close.
Very much.
Yeah,
I didn't see that being close at all. So credit the Cavaliers of De La Salle for going up to Central and giving those guys a battle. And I think the other one you said was Calic of New Iberia, right?
Yeah, I mean it was 20-0. Like I told y'all, the score didn't define the game, but
right,
still close enough in my opinion.
Yeah, still close enough in my opinion too. And when you talked to me about it the other day,
you get down to the 6 and 5 and don't come up with points. As execution.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Definitely execution. So yeah, I thought it'd be a closer ball game. Don't let the score dictate what you think it is, but it was definitely close. Just when you get to the red zone and the goal line, you got to capitalize on every opportunity that's given to you.
Yep. When I left the field that night and I talked to Coach Brock, he said we'll be just fine. We just got to cross the goal line.
That's it.
On last week, we talked about how it was going to take some time for Cecilia to really get back to playing good football after losing so much. But it didn't shock me that they played like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, game 4, game 5, getting ready for district, I think you'll see a different Cecilia team. As far as De La Salle goes, hey man, you got to put that feather in their cap and call them Cavaliers for real to really play with somebody like Central Baton Rouge, to be in the game the whole game. They was in the game the whole game with them, so they're going to surprise a lot of people in this area moving forward.
For sure. A quick question for you guys. How cool of a moment was it when you saw all of the Patriots at the airport getting ready to go to California, and then you see the final score and the record-breaking night, John Curtis goes to California and represents the boot well?
Oh man, when I saw those pictures, I was like, wow. And me, I like uniformity with things. I like uniformity. And they were all in their blue windsuits, and that looked good. So the picture was just phenomenal. And like whoever took that picture to get the whole team coming down the escalators and the stairs was phenomenal. Now, I didn't know much about Cathedral, but from what I was told, they were like a California powerhouse. What John Curtis did was probably criminal. To go up there and get their victory the way they did, scoring over 50-something points. Oh man, I was in shock because I thought they would win, but not by that margin. And it's just letting me know that what I said about them being back this year is going to be true. It's going to be true. And that they're going to be forced to reckon with this year in Division I Select. But that to go to California, a different time zone also, that plays a factor sometimes. And to get that win, that says a lot about John Curtis and what they did.
Yeah, on a brief moment, being in the presence of Coach Frank Monica and Coach J.T. Curtis, man, these guys epitomize what true disciplinarians are as far as football and how football is supposed to be played. You don't have to go all fancy, spread the ball out, throw it all over the place. You got a time and a place to be good. So JT playing that team, he did his own work thoroughly on that team, and he knew what was going to work for him in that arena. Now, let's go back to the last 10 years with the battle of Louisiana and Texas. Y'all remember that? JT been exposed to playing high levels of competition for years. So that didn't surprise me in that form of fashion, but the opponent did. And they're pretty much like the Curtis of California. They play up, they go out and play. But it was surprising for me to see the record being broke like that with John Curtis Christian. And I applaud Coach JT for taking that trip. I inbox Uncle Luke all the time out there in Liberty City, Florida, and try to tell him, won't you come to Louisiana and play some of these teams? You know what I'm saying? Teddy Bridgewater was going to do that, but you got to cross these boundaries and play some of these states, and then you see what your football program, not team, your football program is really made of.
Yes, Damian, They run the Veer as well.
Yep. Shout out to the Patriots. Go and make Louisiana proud for sure. All right, big time question. I think Mr. Ray might be still in the chat. So if he is, I would love to hear his perspective on it. But I'm asking you guys, what's going on in Farmerville with Union Parish right now? And senior leg quarterback at North DeSoto. Could this be the year they finally win it all? What was the final score? Like 40-something to 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Yeah.
So you got the floor.
North DeSoto. I have North DeSoto in I had them in my final 4. And I want to say I had them going to the championship game as well. So yes, Luke Delafield is one of the best quarterbacks in the state. And it's a great baseball player as well. But yeah, I think this is the year for North DeSoto. And a lot of people are talking about them, rightfully so. So I wasn't surprised that they beat Union Parish. I just think the margin was, the margin was big. But yeah, margin was huge. I just think, the type of players that they have, Union Parish just wouldn't be able to keep up with them. And I say that respectfully, not disrespectfully. But I really think North DeSoto is going to make some noise this year. They're a relevant team, a good powerhouse team in Division II, non-select. But yeah, this is definitely the year that you can see North DeSoto playing for a state championship in the Superdome, without a doubt.
Yeah, we can mark it, we can book it. I would have loved to see the stat line of that game because, when you look at Union Parish, and I saw Union Parish up close last year, they were turning a lot of kids. They're a really big team. I'm talking about big as far as size and stature, but I didn't see the 46-3 shellacking coming. But at the end of the day, you know what? It's just that game. Once you get ahead on a team like that, it's no turning back, Yeah.
Yep. Some major question marks going on right now at Union Parish because the Jamboree in week 1 have not been something we're accustomed to seeing in years past. But credit to North DeSoto, this could be the year.
Yeah, agreed. I think it can be. Coach Denny Duran, head coach, great coach. He can make it happen.
Here we go, guys. How about this one? We'll stay in North Louisiana. Is Calvary Baptist just that reloaded after their senior class has exited the door? And is Oak Grove starting to see the effects of that all-time senior class exiting a year ago?
I'll go first. So far from a Jamboree in week 1, I wasn't expecting to see this from Calvary Baptist. I really wasn't. I thought this year would be maybe a down year, and the next year would be the year that they would get back to being in the Superdome. But as of right now, off of the Jamboree in week 1, they have made 2 big time statements, letting the state know that we are still here and we aren't going anywhere right now for the time being. So yeah, Calvary Baptist, look out for them. Now for Oak Grove, um, the senior class has something to do with that. Um, I agree with that, but I also think the move up so far
Yes.
has played a factor with them so
Yes.
far. The move right now, and I think they still are adjusting to moving up in class. And once they are fully adjusted with this tougher competition, I think Oak Grove will be okay. But right now, to me, that's the struggle. That senior class that was led by Jackson Bradley, and the move up in competition to Division One, not Division One, Division 3 non-select.
Remember, they moved up and found their way to the semis
He did.
or quarters. Not,
Yeah.
I mean quarters.
Yeah, quarters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then that
Oak Grove, I think they're laying out the landscape of what can be. It is going to take some more talent to come through there a little bit, but just like a school this way, they moved up at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? And now you didn't put so many championship banners to there. You just becoming the fourth or fifth best team in Division 3.
okay. Mr. Ray says Calvary just has a better program than most. Oak Grove will be fine. Just ran into a style of ball they struggle with. Oak Grove will probably make it back to the finals when the dust settles.
Okay.
We're
You
gonna
guys'
take a
eyes
picture
up
and
there.
we're gonna hold him to that.
Yep. So I'm just going to let it play out. I think Calvary Baptist is a contender, and then Oak Grove will let it play out and see what happens.
Definitely.
Was the Jamboree a fluke? Because the much anticipated matchup with Amite and Franklinton was completely dominated by the Demons. It looked like they came in with a chip on their shoulder. So the question goes, was the Jamboree a fluke, or the skippers got the win? I mean, I'm thinking back to my picks on Wednesday night. It was like I picked Amite thinking Franklinton might struggle to go get a win in there, and they completely dominated. Your thoughts?
I'll go first. I don't think the Jamboree was a fluke. I do not. I think Mandeville is just a better team than
Okay.
Franklinton, and I think they play again. Mandeville will still win. Now, in regards to Franklinton and Amite, I remember VK and I having this conversation before the Jamboree about the game. He thought it'd be a close game, and I said, no, it's not going to be a close game due to the fact of what Franklinton has on their team. They have better talent on their team all around compared to athletes that Amite has. So I told VK I think they would win by 20 plus points. He didn't think so. He thought it'd be like a 3 or 7 point game. What happened this past Friday night is what was supposed to happen. Amite would compete as hard as they can, but they would not beat Franklinton. It's totally different. Franklinton bigger in size on both sides of the ball. That's the main key
Yes.
right there,
Yes.
which helped them defeat Amite. So it's not a fluke. It's not a fluke, but Franklinton beats Amite. They'll be better. Amite will be fine in the division that they in. Franklinton's gonna be fine also, but no, I will not say that it was a fluke. It wasn't.
See, I mean, if you called me on Wednesday nights, I could have picked Franklinton.
Oh
I'll do better
yeah.
next
Go ahead,
time. I'll do better next time.
Yeah, Coach Salt, I've known him pretty long time. Man, he's the guy that when he realized what his strength is, he will use it. And his strength was to bulldog Amite the whole night, and he had his way with him. If that was a weather type game, I think it might have been a different type football game.
Yeah.
But hey, big shout out to Franklinton, man, because I'm telling you, they can make some noise, and I think they'll be back to take on for the championship.
Okay. Louisiana, we go again. Gina Mangum, two teams with aspirations at the end of the season to bring the title back home. They showed on Friday night they will put up big points this year and a lot of yardage to come with it. Your thoughts, Gina Mangum, 60 something to 40 something, and the amount of yardage. What was it? 300 yards on the ground, 5 TDs from the running back, and they
Yeah.
got the two-headed monster in that backfield.
They sure do. They sure do,
Something,
man.
something didn't add up to me because it was a basketball score, but the football yardage dictated a fast game. Think about it. When you got that many yards on the ground, the game should have been over with quicker. Unless there was first play 80 yards, next play 70 yards, and amass these big time numbers, man. I was shocked by what I saw.
Probably ended about 10:45 p.m.
I've had one of those before. I ain't gonna lie
I
to
can
you.
believe it. I can believe it.
Look, these are two teams that's gonna be hard to deal with in their respective divisions. But seeing that type of score, my question to me is like, where was the defense? Where was the defense? And somewhere down the line, you're gonna need your defense to get you to a championship. So I think, probably happy with your offense, but at the same time, both coaches not happy with their defenses, and they're probably gonna go back, look at the film, and make the adjustments that they need to make moving forward to be a better defensive unit.
Nick,
Oh,
your
yeah.
thoughts of
Look, it could have easily been one of those games, man. We always say this when it's kind of hard to scale back what you really want to do, and these missed tackles lead to these big scores, man. And when you look at 48 points, they gave up. Gina gave up some points also, man.
That's my
They just
point.
happened to make the one or two stops when they had to. But at the end of the day, man, I would have never thought 64 points. Never, ever, ever. If they'd asked me what the final would have been, I thought it probably would have been 35-21 or something like that. But the score 100 points is shocking.
two teams that look like they're going to score with the best of them this year? You better keep up.
Yeah, agreed. Especially, Gina semifinal team last year, Mangum a quarterfinal team, and these two teams could definitely make that run to the Dome this year.
Madison Prep Dutchtown. What a game that one was. 48-41. Two teams that have title push on their mind. Your thoughts?
I wasn't shocked at all, even with the score. I said Madison Prep will win this game. I just thought they had the better athletes on the field compared to Dutchtown. And plus, they got a huge offensive line. The offensive line is huge. So it's just the fact that I think they had their way with Dutchtown early, got on top of them early, and that's what helped them win. So Madison Prep, a team that got to the semifinals last year, lost to the state champions Shaw, and they feel as if with the amount of players that they have returning, they can get back to the semis and even get to the Dome. So we'll see what happens with that. Dutchtown, I think Dutchtown will be okay in their district. They'll be fine. They lost this one, but they'll regroup and they'll come back together and get things right. So, but it was a good test for both teams playing each other.
Yeah, I was impressed with Madison Prep early on. You guys felt a certain way about them, but I still don't feel that way. I really think it's a basketball school. When you get down to playing somebody in the quarterfinals, semifinals, like Shaw, we're gonna really see who that team is. I'm talking about Madison Prep. So Dutchtown.
I don't think it's a basketball school that's played for a couple state titles in football.
They have, and they beat University last year. The only team that beat University.
Yeah, they did. But when traditionally, when you go back and look at the trophy, when you look at this trophy case, look, Coach Jones, you don't want Coach Jones to hear that. Madison Prep is Coach Jones, So saying that to say this, but Dutchtown, I think this is my personal opinion, like JB said, they're gonna be all right. They're gonna get healthy in some areas because of the amount of kids that Dutchtown is carrying. Dutchtown trying to feel their way around playing kids. Man, I tell you, from every person that I talk to in that area, Dutchtown is going to be surprising a lot of people in the near future.
Big Ruston puts the state on notice with blood win over Acadiana, or is Acadiana down this year? Your thoughts?
It's tough to say. It's tough to say if Acadiana is down this year. It's tough because there's nothing has changed except for the head coach. And this new coach has been a part of the staff. And the offense that they run, his father was the head coach then that implemented this offense, this Veer offense. So nothing has changed in that regard. Uh Ruston, I can say this. I think Ruston has a chip on their shoulder due to the showing that they had in the Superdome last year against Central. I really think that they had this chip. They felt like they were embarrassed. They felt as if they could have played better and didn't. So I think Ruston has a chip on their shoulder and has something to prove to get that taste out of their mouth from last season's loss in the Superdome. So I don't want to say Acadiana is down yet. I don't. I want to see what else happens. But I do think Ruston is the better team, and I'll go with that.
You'll find out next Friday if similar things happen at Zachary.
You're right.
Oh yeah, Ruston gonna put the state on notice, man. I think Acadiana is gonna figure this out. They're another team that's gonna have to figure this out. But when you look at it, yeah, but to be down in 2020. Well, listen, when you look at it, you got to really think about Ruston and what they have built in the last 5 years. The last 5 years. So they're pretty much gonna have their way with everybody right now. They got a taste of winning, they got a taste of losing. So now I think they're on the path of moving certain group of seniors out and playing these younger kids, man. And if they can beat Zachary, they're gonna put the state on notice and say, hey, we are still here, Destrehan. We are still here, Central.
Acadiana plays Zachary this week.
Yeah.
That's what we was talking about. You said if they go beat Zachary this week, but two different teams playing each other.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to read that and read what VK was talking about and respond, but I get it. I understand.
Real quick, we're running out of time. Let's get through these next few ones real quick. Holy Cross squeaks by E.D. White, 27-26. What did you learn about both teams in week one?
I learned that E.D. White can play with some of the best teams in the state. I learned that Holy Cross can find a way to win when being down with less than a minute 30 seconds left. So Holy Cross finding a way to win was big time, especially with a quarterback who's a senior, but it's his first year starting as a quarterback. So that's what I learned about those teams.
Man, that's big for Holy Cross to go to Thibodaux and win that game. A lot of good teams don't win back there that often, man. And this is really showing how the Catholic League is trying to prepare their teams for the gauntlet. E.D. White is not a slouch opponent, man. And when I saw that score, I saw a little bit of the tape too. E.D. White, 3 more games, E.D. White will be there. They'll be where they need to be. They'll be playing Lutcher. They'll be playing Hornville coming up, and we'll see what they made of.
Yep.
Okay. Moving along, go to Lake Charles, Westgate, Lake Charles College Prep. The game lived up to the hype that we wanted to see. This is a matchup I want to see every year moving forward. Your thoughts of the 28-20 ball game we had in Lake Charles on Thursday night?
Two good teams, two good head coaches, and Eric Franklin for LCCP and Coach Ryan Antoine for Westgate. I think this game was won due to the 5 turnovers LCCP committed. If they don't commit those 5 turnovers, I think we might be saying something different about the outcome. And don't get it twisted. Both of these teams will make big-time statements in the playoffs this year, especially if Westgate can stay healthy. That's been their only thing that has really messed with them for the past couple seasons. But with those two right there, man, it's 2 great teams, and you had you had a great ball game between the two, but I think the 5 turnovers LCCP committed is what helped Westgate win that game.
Yeah, I think Westgate is turning the corner. A couple years ago, they was really good. They got some help. They had some health issues. They might be the dark horse that come around in October. We're gonna find out who they really are, because they play a tough little gauntlet themselves. So LCP, it was gonna be a good game. It was gonna be a good game. I thought it would have been a little closer, 25-26, 24-26, something like that. But I mean, you got to credit both coaches, man. They came into it week one. Penalties played another factor into this game, along with turnovers. So every coach is going to the staff to this morning and tomorrow. We got to clean up those penalties. And I think both teams gonna come out smoking.
Agreed.
Let's stick in that area real quick. Iowa Jennings was the talk of the town on Friday night. That was the big one in that area. Iowa graduated 20 plus. It was a lot. But their defense on the road, they called 6 turnovers and spoils Jennings' home opener in blowout fashion. Your thoughts of Iowa back-to-back semifinal trips, and Iowa looks like they didn't just lose a ton; they just reloaded from what they have that was waiting.
That's exactly what they did. Just reloaded. Just plug some guys in there and say, go play football. And for some reason, the outcome of the score in this game didn't shock me. It didn't shock me at all. I mean, Iowa got talent, got size. They can play with a lot of teams in the state. And I just didn't think Jennings, who's a good ball club, don't get me wrong, I didn't think Jennings would be able to match up well with Iowa. And Iowa was able to run away with this game 35-6.
Yeah, that score really surprised me, 35-6. And that was one of the games I made sure I wanted to circle. When you look at Iowa, man, they another team that's been on a cusp of being something special. They're just gonna have to keep winning games like that to really get into that Final Four, position itself for a good playoff seed, and get opposite of those elites. When I say elites, the top 4 in that bracket.
Okay. Your top 3 matchups next week in your area. JB, we'll start with you. Let's go to New Orleans. Top 3 matchups next week in your area.
Top 3 matchups in
week
Orleans. Week 2. All right. I'm going to start with the game we're streaming Friday night, and that's going to be Warren Easton taking on John F. Kennedy. We did that game last year, and that game was a classic. And, you know, there's a lot of talk last year about Kennedy can't beat the powerhouses in New Orleans, this and that. And then that was the first one they knocked down, was Warren Easton. So Warren Easton, they want some revenge. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great ball game between the two. It may come down to the wire. So we'll see who ends up victorious in that game. Now, moving on to another game, I would have to say, as I'm thinking, Archbishop Rummel versus University Lab. That's another one I want to see. I want to see if Rummel will be able to bounce back from the loss against LCA as they play University. And, you know, University, they got a chip on their shoulder as well, you know, being put out of the playoffs due to some illegal players that they had. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, American Heritage comes to New Orleans to play Edna Carr. Both these games are in the Superdome. So American Heritage actually lost on Friday night. They lost. So the matchup we wanted with 2 national ranked high school teams in the dome may not be happening now due to American Heritage losing. But still in all, these are two national powerhouses playing one another. So I want to see if Edna Carr offense can get going, especially in the passing game. Like I said, John Johnson wasn't able to pass the ball well against Shaw, and Shaw DBs to me are very, very good. Second best DBs in the city behind Edna Carr. So, but I want to see if Edna Carr can get the offense going with the passing game against American Heritage because they're going to need it. So those are my three.
Nick,
Yeah,
what you got from the River Parish?
My three is the Railroad Classic. Man, look, JB and them going to be broadcasting that game. I'm telling you, I am so grateful for that. If you ever get a chance under the lights, come and get that Railroad Classic game, man. It's like no other. It's been traditionally lopsided because of St. James, but I think the resurgence of the Rams gonna make this a really good game. Secondly, I want to see Destrehan and Bonnable. Destrehan get up off the ropes and see if they could go up against a young, disciplined Bonnable team that's going to be looking to play this game after a win. Normally, that'd be the first game of the season, Destrehan and Bonnable. So one coming off a win, one coming off a loss. And the last game will be, let's see how Lutcher is going to respond to after losing the Slidell and play St. Charles Catholic. I told y'all about a week or two ago, don't sleep on the Comets. The Comets is a type of team that's going to build week by week by week by week. And if they can get this game against Lutcher, I think they're going to create a monster brewing real soon.
All right, to the Acadiana area, we start with one of the smaller schools for the game around this area, and it's St. Martin's Episcopal at Westminster of Opelousas.
Wow.
Game number two will be Southside at Westgate. How will the Sharks respond? And game number 3 is the big one. LCA at the Crow Dome. LCA Karen Crow.
Yeah, big shout out to Coach Porter, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely. Go ahead, Nick.
This is supposed to be Coach Porter year. He put up a big win Friday night. Score wise,
they average 1,300 pounds on that offensive line right now in 1A football.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And they got a big bruiser at the tailback position. All right, final question as we close this one out tonight. Most intriguing matchup in week 2. Who is it?
I got to go Edna Carr, American Heritage still. I got to go that route. Just the amount of talent on the field, the amount of nationally ranked players that we playing in the Superdome Friday night, I think at 8:30. I think the game's for 8:30. That's the one right there. And if Edna Carr can get that win, still, it's going to say a lot about that team moving forward. So I got to go Edna Carr against American Heritage.
Yeah. Nick, most intriguing matchup of week number 2.
I can say intriguing, but it's going to be a Saturday game. I want to see how East St. John respond coming from a loss to play St. Augusta Saturday. This can put East St. John starting 2 years in a row at 0-2. So I want to see how that's the intriguing part. I want to see how they respond and how Coach Brown is going to get those kids up to play a team that's scorching hot right now. St. August, scorching hot.
Okay. I will stick with 2 Louisiana schools here because the obvious one is American Heritage, Edna Carr. I'm going to stick with 2 Louisiana schools. I want to see what happens. Can Calvary Baptist knock off Neville? That's my most intriguing match.
I want to see it. I want to see that game.
It's on. If is it at Neville or Calvary Baptist, Jordan?
At Neville. It'll be on the Neville Tiger Network.
Neville Tiger Network on YouTube. Yep.
So that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Final words from the crew as we close out week number 1, episode number 2 of the Boot Breakdown.
Definitely. everyone that tuned in, thank you. We truly appreciate it. Like I always say, tell your grandparents, your parents, your cousins, your uncles, your aunties, your nieces, all your friends. Tell them all about the Boot Breakdown. And everybody, you got 3 great shows to watch on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm on Tuesday, 7 o'clock to 8:30. I'm on Wednesday from 7 o'clock to 8:30. You can see it on JB the Sports Guy YouTube page or my Facebook page, Jared Sports Guy Boyd. And then after that, on Wednesday, you can go straight to Jordan's show, Under the Lights, which will start at 8:30. And then Thursday, you have Nick Campbell's show, which starts at 11 a.m. in the morning. So we truly appreciate y'all tuning in and watching us do the Boot Breakdown every Sunday at 6:15 during the football season. We also want you guys to also watch our shows as well during the week.
And we
Yep, you can
appreciate y'all for we
real quick,
appreciate
Nick.
y'all for sitting here tonight with us right before the game, man. And this is epic because I'm telling you, I'm learning more about these guys up in the central Louisiana area and up north as they come in. And I'm more than sure they're learning a lot about us down south.
Man, look at Thaddeus Simon, man. That was a bad boy there, man. Y'all know about Thaddeus Simon. Played at LSU, and I want to say he played at Eunice. That's what I want to say. But Thaddeus Simon, yes, sir. That was a bad boy there.
So if you're catching JB shows, you're sitting down for dinner. If you're catching my show, it's a late night snack. And if you're catching Nick's show, it's lunch in the morning. So
lunch and a brunch.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks everyone for tuning in with us. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Go watch some NFL football. Get ready for week 2. The road to the Dome has begun. From myself, Jordan Taylor, JB the Sports Guy, and Nick Campbell, we sign off for now. We say God bless high school football. God bless each and every one of you. We will see you next Sunday at 6:15.